Welcome back to math. Today we're going to be doing Module 2, Lesson 6, Connecting Area Models to Distributive Property. Okay, so let's get started. Distributive property just means that we're going to take this, and what is this for? It's a 40, right? And we're going to take the 3 and we're going to put it here. And that's, how did we break that apart? Well, we just took the 40 as a place value, right? And we put it down here. And we put the 3. And if we wanted to put them back together, all we have to do is add them back together. So the reason why I need you to know that is that we're going to add things back together at the end. Okay? All right, now we've done this type of thing before. Then we're going to take the 12 and we're going to multiply it. That's going to be our width. This is going to be our length. And then we start with 3 times 2 is 6. And 3 times 1 is 3. Good. Now, the simplest way to do this that I would do it is I would take this 0 and I would put it under the 6. And I'd go over to the 4 and I'd say 4 times 2 is 8. And 4 times 1 is 4. Now, what am I going to do? I have to put them back together, right? Because I took them apart to make multiplying easier. So 6 plus 0 is 6. 8 plus 3 is 11. Carry the 1. 4 plus 1 is 5. And our answer is 516. So does that make sense? And do you remember how we did this from last time? I hope you're saying yes. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to take this same number and I'm going to break it apart a little bit more. I'm going to break the 43 apart into 40 and 3. I'm going to break the 12 apart into a 10 and a 2, right? So let's do that. I'm going to put my 10, put my 2, I'm going to put my 3 here and my 40 here. Does that make sense so far? So we've broken it all completely apart into its place value. Now I'm going to say 3 times 10 is 30, just like I had done with this, right? And then I'm going to say 3 times 2 is 6. Now if we add those two together, we're going to end up with 36, huh? Mm-hmm. Pretty easy, huh?
Yes, pretty easy.
And then we're going to, now let me get rid of my colors a little bit here, and what are we going to multiply next? We're going to multiply the 40 times the 10. So 40 times 10. Let's make this really easy on ourselves. Let's multiply the 4 times the 1. 4 times 1 is 4. And then how many zeros do I have? I have 1 0 on the 10 and 1 0 on the 40. So that means I'm going to add 2 zeros. It's going to give us our 400. Now we're going to multiply what next? 40 times 2. So let's do it really easy. Okay, let me get rid of this color for you so I can show you what I'm doing. I'm going to multiply 40 times 2, and I'm going to start with 4 times 2 is what? 8. And then how many zeros do I have? I have 1 0. And this is going to equal 480, isn't it? Then we can add these together. Okay? 6 plus 0 is 6. 8 plus 3 is 11. And 4 plus 1 is 5. 516, which is the same as the one that we got previously, right? Now, I could also add them a little different way. And the only reason why I want to do this with you is to see which way is simplest for you. Which way makes the most sense for you? If this way makes more sense to you, then let's do it this way, okay? So we're going to add the 400 plus the 30. 400 plus 30 is 430, right? And 80 plus 6 is 86, right? So I could bring my work down like that. And this would be 6, this would be 11, carry the 1, and this would be 5. Now, if you find that way easier, then just do it that way, okay? All right, let's go to another problem. And the reason why we want to break it apart into place value is especially when we get into big numbers, like our next number. What is it? 572 times 24. How many boxes are we going to need to go down the, which way is this? Is this length or width? Length, and this is width. So, how many boxes do we need for our length?
3.
We need 3. So let's break it apart. We have our 500. I'm going to put that down here at the bottom. Then our 7 is a 70. And then our 2 is a 2, right? Okay. And then we could put our 20 here, right? And then the 4 here. Okay, so let's make it simple on ourselves. 2 times 2 is, bless you, 4. And then we add our 0, right? And then we go to our next number. 2 times 4 is 8. Cool, huh? Nice. All right, now what am I going to do next? Do you remember our pattern? I'm going to multiply the 7 times the 2. 7 times 2 is 14. And how many zeros do I have?
2.
1, 2 zeros. So this is going to give me 2 zeros, right? All right. Now it's 7 times 4 is what? 7 times 4, 28. How many zeros do I have?
1.
I've got 1 0, right? Okay, so that gives me 280. Now let's go down to our big number, shall we? Let me get rid of some of this color and stuff, okay? All right, what would be the easy way to do this problem? 5 times 2 is 10. And how many zeros do I have?
3.
I've got 1, 2, 3 zeros, so I have to follow it with 3 zeros. Wow, that's a big number, isn't it?
Yeah.
Gives us 10,000. Now, what are we going to do with the 500 times 4? We're going to do it the easy way. 5 times 4 is
20.
20. And how many zeros do I have? I don't have any zeros here.
2.
So I've got 2 zeros here, and I'm going to add those in. Okay? I'm going to slide this up a little bit, okay? All right, now I'm going to want to add things together. Okay? So, I'm going to add 8 plus 0 plus 0. That's going to give me an 8. And then 8 plus 0 this way is 8. And then what do I have next? 2 plus 0. Do you notice the way I'm making this line? Just so I can keep track of my place value. And then the last one is 0 plus 2, and that would be 2. And we're going to add this, right?
Yeah.
To our other number that we get in just a second. 0 plus 0 plus 0 is 0. And 4 plus 0 plus 0 is 4.
4 plus 0.
Now we have 4 here, and this 0, right? Is 4. And then we have 1 plus 0, that would be 1. And then we have our last place, which would be 1. And we're going to add those together. So I'm going to move my number so you can see it easier, okay? 11440, right? And we're going to add what to it? 8, 8, 2. Because I want to try to keep my pattern, don't I? Oh, my 8's a little wacky, isn't it? So when I move it over a little bit. Neatness is important when you start doing it this way. And then we put our 2 right here. Is that right? All right. So let's add them together, shall we? 0 plus 8 is? 8. 4 plus 8 is?
12.
Carry the 1, right? Now we could say 5 plus 2 is 7. And 2 plus 1 is 3. And 1 plus 0 is 1. And our answer for our problem is 13,728. Now that's the way you use your place value to do the area model. Okay? So you can break your place values up this way, and then you could break up your bigger numbers this way. That'd be a good way to do it. If you have a round number that would be up here, then I wouldn't break it apart, would you? I'd just add my 0 as I went. That'd be a lot simpler. All right. If you don't get it, watch it again. I love math.